Alam niyo, sa pananaw ho ng Mayor's Good Governance, talaga hong ito'y pinaglalaban po ho namin 2 years ago. But even before that, even in 2019, inumpisan na po natin nung laban. Kaya alam po, nagkaroon po tayo ng mga obstacles at hindrances kasi napakahirap kumbinsihin ang taong bayan na nangyayari. At akala nila, ang korupsyon parang karaniwan na lang, kalakaran, kaya tanggapin na lang natin. Kaya talagang matindi po itong laban namin to. It was a struggle until nagkaroon po kami ng breakthrough. Kaya ito pong nangyari, magmula po nung nagsalita ang ating presidente, doon po kami nagkaroon talaga ng breakthrough na talagang in terms of escalating our efforts to raise consciousness and awareness, doon po talaga bumilis ng bumilis. At ngayon na lumalantad na po yung katotohanan na all the while, tama po kami, na ang corruption, massive na po. At ito po structural, systemic, and sad to say po, that it's already a highly organized crime sa ating bureaucracy. Ang nangyayari po kasi, banggitin ko lang po yung nangyayari. Tuwing nagkakaroon po ng project o programa yung ating mga mambabatas, ang kausap lang ho nila yung kanilang mga district engineers sa DPWH. Kaya kalamitan ho, pag nagkaroon ng implementasyon, ang local government, walang kaalam-alam. And this is not only a common sentiment in the city of Baguio. This is actually a common sentiment among the mayors, cities, municipality, including governors. Kasi nakakausap po yung mga governors Kaya nagtataka kami, despite the fact na may local government code, na nandun naman yung provision na yon, hindi nasusunod. Bakit? Kasi kalimitan, alam nyo naman, yung district engineer, sino namimili dyan? Ang namimili naman dyan, yung mga babatas, hindi naman si Secretary DPWH. Kasi ganyan na naging kalakaran. Bakit sila nagmimili? Kasi nga, nandun yung complicity. Nandun po yung sindikato. Kaya, sa atin po, paano natin ma-address to? Again, the principle of transparency. Pero paano natin gagawin yung principle of transparency? Kaya Sir Joey, ang ginagawa namin ngayon, nagpapasa na kami ng ordinansa. At ito'y kinakalat na rin namin. Meron na actually sa ibang mga locality, LGUs, na dapat yung ordinansa na requiring that all projects and programs that will be undertaken, even by national government, should have to pass through the local government. Ibig sabihin, kailangan ipasok yan sa annual investment plan. It will be approved by the City Development Council. And at the same time, from the City Development Council, it will be endorsed to the city or to the municipal council or to the provincial council. In the same manner, yung mga big-ticket projects should have to pass through the Regional Development Council. Ganyan dapat ang proseso niya para everybody is aware. Bakit ito nagkakaroon ng ghost project? Kasi hindi alam ng local government na ginagawa na palang proyekto na walang kaalam-alam. Kasi yun talaga yung kalakaran Kaya yun po yung gagawin ng mga local government ngayon. Well, alam niyo, malaking bagay itong third party, kung magiging third party po na investigating body. At naghihintay nga tayo kung ano yung latest na development because every day matters dito Every day na nade-delay, nawawalan ng ebidensya. Every day din, gumagalaw yung pera, na itatago yung pera. Talaga ang direction niyan is to file cases. Collect ng ebidensya and file cases and kailangan ma-prosecute. At sigurado, kailangan
dati po kasi,
meron makulong.
doon sa trabaho nyo, CIDG, nag-iimbestiga
Yes,
kayo, nagpa-file kayo ng kaso.
Opo.
Sa inyong karanasan, ano ang dapat na sa pahayagan?
Alam niyo, Sir Sunny, meron tayong mga low-lying fruits Kailangan siguro in the first week pa lang ng commission, meron na tayo na ipapile kaagad Sa dami na ng mga ebidensya na gathered, na kolekta, ng iba-ibang mga, let us say, grupo nila Senator Lacson, grupo nila Vince Dizon, Secretary Vince Dizon, ito pwede na nating i-consolidate na lang at ma-file na kaagad ito mga to.
Meron din yata po kayo mismo doon sa inyong...
po kaming mga naipon din mga ebidensya na pwede na rin po naming siguro in a matter of 1 week, pwede na naming i-file. And at the same time, pati yung mga local government units na member ho namin ng Mayor's for Good Governance are willing to share pieces of evidence na nakolekta ho nila para mapabilis ho lahat eh. Kasi ang taong bayan, naghihintay ho yan eh. Kailangan may makita kagad silang resulta. Ganun po yung immediate direction. Low-lying fruits ho muna. Katapos ho saka yung mga intensive na investigation ho sa mga complicated ho na mga kaso, doon ho magkakaroon ng follow-up. Ang importante po rito talaga is may nakikita ang taong bayan. No? Tama po kayo, Sir Joey. Ano? Kaya nga ho, lagi po ako nalalagay sa alanganin every time na magsasabi po ako ng sarsuela. Every time I refer to the House investigation. Ako, siguro from a very personal perspective, hindi naman sa Mayor's Good Governance, personal perspective, I see yung Senate na investigation more credible. Ano? Pero karapatan ho nilang dalawa yun eh. Karapatan ho nila. Kaya ulitin ko, I go for the third party independent investigating body. Thank you po, Sir Joey. Bigyan niyo lang po ako ng 3 minutes para at least ma-explain ko what happened. When we opened yung membership dito, when we launched it sa UP Diliman sometime in August 2023, 56 mayors joined the movement. It's a movement. It's not an organization. And napag-usapan ho namin among our conveners na wala muna tayong vetting process. What is important is they read the manifesto and they gave their commitment that they will abide by the substance and content of the manifesto. So we were assuming po na ang presumption po namin doon is people change. So umakyat po kami ng 202 before the election. Napakarami ho kami. And then after the elections, bumabaho kami ng 132 dahil 10 ho sa member namin ang natalo. 5 ho yung naging congressman o joined the Congress. 5 ho at 3 ho yung sa governors, 2 ho yung sa vice governors. The rest slide down po sa vice mayor, sa councilors. 132. And then finally ho, nung after the elections, nag-meeting ho kami among our conveners. Kami Mayor Joy, Mayor City, Mayor Ipe, Mayor Vico, at Mayor Arnel. Nag-usap po kami na mag-betting tayo. And then we turn out na 77 na lang naiwan. Looking at defining all the parameters, 77. So sabi namin, ginamit lang pala kaming deodorizer nung marami. Nakakalungkot. But then, surprisingly, sir, previous to this, itong nag-escalate itong massive corruption, it was a struggle to recruit members. 2 mayors every week, 3 mayors. Sometimes in 1 month, 5 lang ho yung may recruit namin. Then in just 2 weeks or 300 mayors kagad. And so we're doing all this vetting process. Talagang dinefine na ho namin yung parameter namin, tentative parameters. So para talagang may screen po namin yung mga membro. Yung mga hindi pa ho nai-screen mabuti, nilalagay pa muna namin sa observer status. We were surprised na tumatanggap po kami ng resolution ng mga mayor's leagues sa isang province na lahat sila will be joining. Kaya nakakatuwa din po talaga. And I was really also surprised that citizens, residents, constituents are demanding, nasaan yung mayor namin? Bakit hindi miyembro ng Mayor's for Good Governance? So, tumataas na po yung consciousness and awareness ng ating mga citizen. Alam niyo, importante po yung word na transparency. Kaya lang ho, it's easily said than done. Ang alam mo, ang pinakamaganda ho naming nakita rito is to mobilize the young people. Kasi nandun po yung energy. Nandun po yung courage. They're not afraid to speak up. Kaya ho ngayon, ito po yung ginagawa namin ngayon. And the Mayor's Good Governance, yun po yung focus namin ngayon. To tap the strength and the force of the young people. Kasi sila talaga ngayon yung agresibo. At nakita ho namin yan. Kaya, kung pwede nga yung mga universities will start demanding yung DPWH, yung kanilang transparency sa kanilang mga program of work, sa mga bill of quantities. Ganun din, demand from the local government, transparency as well. Lagi namin binabanggit sa mga kabataan ngayon na it doesn't take one to have a title, to have fame, to have a position, to have money to change the world. On your own, you can by speaking up and participating in social activism. Kaya nga inaalaw na ho namin As long as it is within the confine of the law. No? Kailangan po yun eh. Because kung titignan nyo yung mga change na nangyayari, it started with activism. Kaya dapat encourage na ho natin yung mga kabataan natin na ganun po.
Alright.
Alam mo kasi, much as we want to be open in terms of our documents, principle of transparency, we cannot just simply download it or upload it in the web. Kasi there's a big data privacy. At the same time, the big possibility na pwedeng itamper, nakawin. And that's the reason why the only way you'll be able to secure all these documents is to get it into the chain. Ito na yung blockchain technology. Ibig sabihin, immutable siya. No? Hindi siya pwedeng itamper, hindi siya pwedeng nakawin. Kasi pwede rin, may pwedeng mag-attempt, pero meron siyang kasi sa security features. Ano? At the same time, secure documents siya, kaya meron din siyang auditable siya, tapos din siya, it can be traceable. Diba? So, once na ma-blockchain mo, pwede mo nang i-upload. Safe na yung document. And that's precisely the direction of the City of Baguio. Last week, nagpirmahan na kami ng isang company that is also doing a blockchain technology in DBM. Sumakay kami, nag-piggyback kami. So, we're the first city that have engaged them. So, hopefully, within first week of October, baka pwede na kami mag-upload ng mga sensitive documents namin. And we're going to open it to the public. We're an open government partnership na local government. In the entire world, worldwide, there are only 160 local governments who are members of the open government partnership. Ano? Dito sa Pilipinas, apat lang yan out of the 1,400 local government. Kaya sa Baguio, we have committed na maging transparent kami, strong yung sense of accountability and strong sense of citizens' participation. That is our commitment and we're going to deliver that commitment.
Follow up with the transparency po in the current issues with DPWH.
Well, importante lang kasi is DPWH should be open. Ano? Kailangan i-publish nila yung program of work nila, yung bill of quantities, yung mga result ng kanilang mga feasibility study before they undertake. And this should be open to the public. Kaya dapat nga series of public consultations importante. And at the same time, ang isang malaking important na bagay na dapat nilang gawin is to consult local government. Kaya lang hindi nangyayari. Nakakalungkot isipin na gumagawa sila ng project na wala kaming kaalam-alam. Nagugulat na lang kami. At kalimitan, ang sagot sa amin, pera ni Kong. Pera ni Kong yan. No? Nakakalungkot na, paano naging pera ni Kong yan? Pera ng taong bayan yan.
Sir, last na lang po.
Sige.
Follow
Okay.
up po sa gobyerno. Ano po yung start nito? Bakit po ganito yung nakasanayan sa gobyerno?
Well, it's complicity. Ang nag-uusap lang yung DPWH at yung mambabatas. Ano? Na kumbaga other local government, pati yung taong bayan, publiko, tinanggap na lang na ganon. Because nobody would like to speak up and speak out. Kaya they became so bold, they became so brazen, they were so courageous to continue with this, itong ganitong unethical na practice. And tinanggap ng taong bayan But not in the city of Baguio and probably in the other cities na talagang very strong yung leadership ng local government. Talagang nagde-demand. Ano? So, ngayon, lumalabas na out in the open. Isipin mo na katulad sa Bulacan, why is it that they are just so comfortable in undertaking ghost projects? No? Parang, simpleng-simple na lang nilang gawin na pati na rin they were so complacent na pati pare-pareho yung picture na nilagay para akala mo wala na accountability, na walang makakatrace sa kanila. No? Ganun na because people were just simply so silent. Kaya it's about time na tayo talaga'y magsalita na.
Okay, any other...
Like just this morning that citing na you have already accepted to be part of the independent commission by President Bongbong Marcos. So can we just get a comment or confirmation because there's an article that just that was floated just this morning that you were one of the 3-man independent commission or members.
Ngayon ko lang nabalitaan, Iho.
So it's not true, sir, as we speak right
Wala
now.
pa naman.
Wala pa po.
naman. Kasi may issue kasi dyan na nire-raise Katulad yung sinabi ni Yusek Claire na palagay niya from her personal perspective, sabi niya kung pwede sa commission dapat walang politiko. Nagkataon naman na politiko ako, so kumbaga parang wala na ako sa qualification. So I would accept that. Importante naman yung mga binabanggit na mga pangalan that will compose. Yung mga lumalabas, katulad si Justice Harriet Demetrio, si Secretary Babe Singson, si Secretary Ping De Jesus. Well, these are reputable people, credible, and it will give credibility to the investigating body.
Yes, sir. Actually, kayo po ni former DPWH Secretary Babes yung dalawa sa nandun sa article. But as we speak today, wala pa po.
Wala pa.
Alright. Sir, you've also, kanina po, just a follow-up. Kanina you've mentioned na the Senate investigation is more credible than the investigation or probe being conducted at the House. Kayo po, can you share lang your observations on the investigations that happened? How different are the investigations are pagdating doon sa House and sa Senate?
Well, unang-una, klaruhin ko lang. Ang abot ko lang kasi is sa lower house, no? Yung involvement ng ibang mga congressman. I would like to categorically state also that hindi lahat ng congressman may tiwali, no? May katiwalian, rather. Marami sa kanila ang maayos, no? Hindi ko abot ang Senate, no? Hindi ko alam kung anong gaano kalalim ang involvement nila. But looking at the, observing and watching, I would say mas credible yung sa Senate. Being an investigator, nakikita ko yung how the process is being done. Mas nakikita ko talaga na mas maayos.
Alright, thank you po.
Alright,
Hi, Mayor. Good morning. Marco po from SMNI. Parang na-mention nyo kanina na parang may sindikato po dito sa flood anomaly, flood control anomaly. And then parang na-mention natin yung mga kongresista, tapos yung mga DPWH. For the record po, Mayor, yung pangunahing sindikato ba dito ay mga kongresista?
Yung.
Yes po, kasi we mentioned kanina na parang may talagang sindikato po dito sa flood control anomaly. So yung gaano po kalaking involvement, sila po ba yung mga pangunahing sindikato dito sa anomalya, yung mga kongresista?
Wala kaduda-duda naman marami sa kanila involved. No? Walang kaduda-duda yan. Ito nga, hirap na hirap silang banggitin pa yung isa sa mga mastermind nila dyan, si Saldico, hirap na hirap pa silang banggitin. For some reason, di ko rin alam kung bakit takot na takot. Ibig sabihin, it's a public knowledge inside Congress kung gaano ka-powerful yung tao na yan. No? But why is it that they're afraid to mention his name? Why? Di ba? Nakakalungkot isipin.
Mayor, for the record, ang sa tingin ko,
Hindi ko alam, baka meron pa mas mataas sa kanya. Hindi naman basta-basta gagalaw yan, di ba? Hindi naman.
tapos, ito pong independent commission na gustong buuin ng Malacanang, sa tingin niyo po ba medyo parang nababagalan kayo? Kasi syempre, weeks na yung...
May reason naman. I feel na, observing and watching the president, nakikita ko naman siguro na may strategy siya. Baka siguro may mga reasons kung bakit nagkakaroon ng delay. Meron naman strategy ang ating presidente. Let us give credit to the president. Kasi kung wala yung message niya nung SONA na mahiya naman kayo, hindi siguro mapapast-track itong awareness campaign namin against corruption. Doon talaga nag-trigger yung bilis yung pag-escalate niya. So, let us wait for the president. Siguro meron siyang tinitingnan may mga kino-consider siya.
Thank you, Mayor.
Good morning po, Mayor Magalong. Just want to follow up. You mentioned na may mga nag-gather na po kayong pieces of evidence. May we know, this is against congressman po ba yung plano nyo po na filean or a contractor?
Siguro pinakamaganda hintayin na lang nilang humarap ako sa Kongreso bago ko sagutin. Pero kung sa mga contractors rin lang at sa mga DPWH, madali na lang yan. Marami na lumalabas eh. Marami
So isa na po doon ay humarap na.
Yung challenge talaga dyan is, admittedly, yung challenge talaga dyan sa mga politiko talaga.
And then Mayor, yung mga nagsalita na po ng ilang mga contractor, gaya po ng mag-asawang Diskaya and yung ilang mga DPWH district engineers, may mga nagsasabi rin po na even sa kanila, no, lumabas na rin na gusto nilang maging state witness. But yesterday, Pasig City Mayor Vico Soto is saying na hindi sila dapat na payagan na maging state witness because kumbaga in one way or another, nag-benefit din sila. Sir, kayo, ano po yung tingin nyo doon sa mga nagsasalita ngayon dito sa mga pagdinig sa Kongreso? Dapat bang pagkatiwalaan sila para maging state witness?
Okay. Hindi dahil kriminal ang isang tao, hindi na siya credible na witness, di ba? Tingnan mo yung nangyari kay Al Capone. Di ba? Sino ba yung main witness sa kanya? Si Eddie. Si Eddie has been a criminal. Siya yung accountant, siya yung finance, siya yung budget officer, kumbaga. Di ba? Siya ang finance officer. But he testified. No? And credible siya. And that's the reason why Al Capone was sent to jail and convicted as well. Di ba? Kaya hindi mo pwedeng sabihin porket criminal na, hindi na pagkakatiwalaan. Ano? Siguro, may reason si Mayor Vico. Kung bakit niya binanggit yun. Pero sabi ko nga is, we have to validate kung ano yung mga statement ni Vizcaya. And the only way we can validate that is through, the employment of investigators to do that. Kaya nga importante yung investigators eh. Hindi pwedeng puro, no offense hindi naman pwede yung investigating body, puro mga lawyers, puro mga pwedeng gano'n. Kailangan mo talaga na investigasyon dyan kasi kailangan may skill, may talent, at the same time, may tradecraft eh. Yung pagkuha ng ebidensya, tradecraft yan. Kumbaga may technique yan, may certain skill